to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. So this is what the father stated. He's always been quite feminine, and that's fine. He explained that his son has always been quite feminine, and generally it wasn't a problem. However, lately his daughter has come to him and his wife complaining about her makeup has been all messed up and her clothes have been going missing. The dad mentions that he didn't really have to be a detective to work out who had messed around with them. In the original post that was posted, the father asked his son about it, and he admitted that he occasionally goes into his sister's room and tries on her stuff. The dad continues by explaining to his son that his sister's clothes, and especially her makeup, which he tends to ruin, are not his to use. This right here lets me know why it is that a lot of women are, in a sense, just single. A lot of women are not prepared in order to allow and have a man actually lead them and lead a house the way that it should be led. As which was stated, the father said, like, yo, I know that my son is a little bit, out there. It's cool, it's whatever it is, he's still my son. I don't love him any less. It is what it is. And the main thing that he stated to his son is like, yo, it's cool, like, this is what it is, but your sister's clothes and her makeup, those are not your things. Those are not your things to mess up. And he's right. It's not. It's not. The moment of time you happen to get some clothes or some makeup, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. But that's not going to be happening right now. That'll more than likely happen later down the road. Her stuff that they bought for her is specifically for her. Don't be going in there trying to wear like any of her undergarments, none of her dresses, none of her makeup. If she even got new, don't be doing none of that because it's not yours. And he's right. It is not yours. It was not bought for you. It was not. And for the most part, you got the wife sitting up here. Oh, uh, you're homophobic and trans. Like, where are you even coming from? This is why I sit up there and try to tell people, like, yo, if the mother and the father are not on the same page, the kids are not going to know where to follow because they're not going to know who was the lead. Because the mother is directly going against what it is that the father, the precedents that the father is setting. She's going directly against that because she has her own prerogative. She has her own beliefs and all these other types of things. I keep saying, even as a woman, even if the beliefs are not exactly the same as the husband, if the husband is setting a rule, he is setting a rule. He is your husband. You are his wife, right? He is the protector of that house. He is the one that is sitting up there, paying the bills, going to work, all the other type of stuff, right? He's the one that you rely on if anything, happens. So he's the one that's going to be setting the rules and the regulations directly in the house. And for you as the woman, for you as the mother, for you as the wife, to disrespect that man and the rules that he is trying to set, doesn't matter if the kids are around or if the kids are not around. That's egregious. Again, a lot of women out here are not prepared to be married. And if that is the case and you like to do stuff like this to men, just stay single. Just sit up there and go to a sperm donor and look through the booklet and then have a child that way. Because there's no reason for you to go out there and try to procreate with a man that you know that you don't want to be with. Because at the end of the day, if a woman is willing to sit up there and do this to a man that she is married to, she didn't respect him to begin with. That's all that's basically telling me. If she is willing to go to this extent and use these type of societal words within the household, dealing with how it is that the husband is trying to set rules for the kids, she never respected him from the get-go. Because no woman worth her salt that actually loves, admires, respects, and values the opinion, the rules, and the leadership of her man, of her husband, she would never do anything like this. Somewhere within her, she feels that she is the real leader of that household. And that's the type of modern society that you have right now, where you have a lot of women that feel that they are directly the leader. No matter what a dude is doing, he could be paying all the bills. He could have built the house. He could be doing everything. At the end of the day, you'll always have women out here that feel that they are the true leads of the house, that what they say goes. But then when you sit up there and tell those women, oh, so if you the leader of the house, that means you can protect it, right? So that means if, you know, 2 to 3 guys come in here and try to, basically like rob you gonna be able to fight them off, right? And then that's when women want to step back, like nobody's, saying all that. You're taking it to an extent. No, 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 no. If you're saying that you are the lead of the house, that means that you are able to do everything for the house. That means that you're able to get on that ladder. That means that you're going to be painting. You're going to be changing the side. You're going to be fixing the gutters, cleaning the gutters. You're going to be doing like the shingles directly on the roof. You're going to be fixing the porch. That means that you know how it is to basically do a lot of these things. That also means also not just external, but also internally in the house, you know how to fix a lot of those things as well. Most women don't. And most women don't want to. The honest women that are directly out here, they'll tell you they're not trying to do no physical labor. They're not trying to break their back. They're not trying to, have their knees and their arms go ragged. They're not trying to put ice on their back and ice their feet and do all of this other type of stuff. They're not trying to worry about heavy lifting and having to, sit up there and get, X, Y, and Z items from Home Depot or trying to figure out what those items are. They'll sit up there and hire somebody, or they'll depend on the guy at the house to basically do it. So again, people want to pick and choose or cherry pick their perception of what a lead is, what a leader is. And it's going to follow up into another video where you're going to have a woman. It's going to happen a little bit later on, but there's going to be a woman, and I'm going to showcase the video to you where she does not specifically want to call her husband a husband. She literally looked up the terminology of husband and where it came from and the meaning. One of the meanings there was tiller of the soil, which is what men do. Because, usually before, modern technology, men used to go out there and they used to like flip the soil. If the grass is looking a certain type of way, they would sit up there and just flip the soil over and they would reseed the grass. I've done it myself. It is very, hard work, especially if you don't have one of those machines to do it and you have to do it patch by patch with a metal shovel. Yeah, it's very hard to sit up there and do, but we sit up there and do it. But the point of the matter is, she didn't want to use it because one of the meanings was either like leader or master of the house, which technically that's what a man is. That is his household. The guy is the provider. Usually, how the houses work is the guy's name is directly on the documentation for the house, or if however, like the rent or whatever is, they'll have somebody who is the, I guess you could, it's not the wording, but it's like breadwinner or the head of the house, right? And it's usually the guy, right? If they're married, it's usually the guy that is, that has all of those titles. But she pretty much felt that those don't match up with her thought process and how it is that she wants to, like I said, it's a lot of crazy stuff um directly out here. And this story and the other story that you guys are going to see are directly crazy 1,000%. Women need to get together, because if y'all don't, it's going to be a lot of stuff out here, and y'all really ain't gonna have no type of protection. Y'all going to just be looking around like, yo, where all the men at? Where's all the protection? It ain't none, because you said anytime a guy was trying to be protective, toxic masculinity. Anytime a guy was trying to take the lead, toxic masculinity. A guy's the leader of the household, toxic masculinity. A guy wants to sit up there and get married to a woman, toxic masculinity. A guy wants to assert his authority, toxic masculinity. A guy wants to raise his kids a certain type of way, toxic masculinity. Like I said, everything has been registered as toxic masculinity. So you're going to have men that are going to do opposite of that then. So then when push comes to shove and the time basically comes where, you need protection, it ain't going to be no protection. So it is what it is.